What's up, everybody? Happy Mamba Day. Hopefully, you're wearing and sporting your Kobe jersey today. Yesterday was his birthday. Today, 8/24. Also gives me an opportunity to show the little mini water guns out here in the summer. So, today we're talking about Nike Outlet. What's going on with this store? Some people have some decent stuff out there, but for the most part, I've seen some dry pickups, lackluster sales, people DMing me, asking me, emailing me about coupons and rules. And I think since the virus hit, Nike Outlet did definitely get shook and not really sure where to go from here. So I want to talk about that and some of the things to look out for, and maybe even going forward, what's going to happen for Nike Outlet. So you're not really going to need a lot of, video for the first part. And then once we start getting into the details, you can just listen while you drive, while you list. We did this type of video and audio last week when we did top 5 tips on selling for Q4. So today it's called What is Going On with the Nike Outlet? First thing I want to say, shout out to Know What to Flip It, Stockx, and Ballin' on a Budget. Because they have been covering Nike Outlet videos. Know What to Flip It with Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Check out his video. Stockx in California, so different Nike outlets if you want to see what they have there. And Ballin' on a Budget in Florida. So I like to go through all 3 channels and see what's out there in 3 different states. Know What to Flip It, he's covering a couple of more states, but at least we know Georgia, California, and Florida. And for me being in Texas, I'm just like on the corner of Texas. If I was like in Dallas, Houston, that would have been a lot better. Then I could cover 3, 4, 5 Nike outlets, but I only have one. And unfortunately, it's not that great. So I am going to show you what was there this weekend. And it's very, very similar to what everybody else has at their Nike outlet. So not that great. All right, so we did the shout outs. Here we go. Let me do this little screen share. You guys want to look at this to begin with, and then you can go back to listening and not have to see anything on screen. So this is a thumbnail I decided to use because my friend Miguel, shout out to him, he texted me this, and I was like, what is going on here? This was my back wall, 20% off footwear, excludes Jordan and basketball. And once he sent me this photo, I had to go check this out for myself. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Excludes Jordan / basketball. The first time I've ever seen this at my Nike outlet on the back wall. And after talking to some of the employees, I tried to figure out what was going on here. And they were trying to kind of keep in their eyes better items and not selling those items at a discounted price. And what were these items? Well, let me show you. Jordan Legacy, which $75 because it was an extreme size, a size 13. And for them, it was not worth selling it. Extra 20% off. Too good of a discount for you. So that remained at $75. These were the retros that we did have. So we have Jordan 4s, we have the Tinkers, and we have every other outlet has this shoe, the Jordan 3 animal print at $224.99. You're saving a penny. So let me go back to the back wall. Mamba Focus, $75. This falls into the category basketball shoes, no extra 20. You're paying the $75. Same thing, the Kobe ADs. Remember these, Christmas time, maybe even going into January, still $199, $200, saving the penny, but no 20% off. These have been here for months. They've been offering 20% off. I think even the 30% off at one point. There's no box top, nothing, and they're pretty used up because everybody's tried them on, but not anymore. They said no 20% off basketball. So let me get this. What do we have though? 270 React, and every Nike outlet is backed up with these shoes. They cannot sell them. Let me keep going. Also, we had just some random stuff. Flex Control, Metcons, Air Max Fusion. So a lot of the cheaper items definitely on the back wall, extra 20. They want to get rid of this stuff, but this is like some of the stuff that even Marshall's Ross might be kind of tough for them to get rid of. I mean, Air Max Fusion, they keep going. These were the basketball section. We had the LeBron lows, 160. Come on. The Kyrie 6, which Kyrie 5's kind of like dwindling now, but Kyrie 6 full effect, and they can't sell them. They can't sell these. 109 was the price on them. And a bunch of React elements. I mean, they're all 59 plus 20, 64 plus 20, 69 plus 20. Cannot sell them. Full size run in pretty much every color you can think of. So many different sizes, different colorways, all 20% off. They were extra 20, they were extra 30, now extra 20 again. So what is going on here with the Nike outlet? Those were the photos I wanted to show you before we get into full-blown audio here. So let me remove this. All right, let me talk about my points here. So what they were trying to do, at least when I was talking to the employee, was that they wanted to keep all of the, in their eyes, higher end merchandise and keep that going in the Nike outlet to show that they have good merchandise for people to shop and for people to see. But for the cheap stuff, they want to sell that. They want to get rid of it. So anything they can possibly do at extra 20, extra 30, they'll do it. Now, in their eyes, they're thinking Vapor Max, LeBron's, LeBron low or the LeBron high, whatever new ones are out. They're keeping those at like 139, 159. We don't have any, but that's what they told me in store. And I believe Jake, Note to Flip It, did have it at one of his Nike outlets. All the LeBrons, they kept them at 139, 159. They're also keeping all Jordan retros. So the employee I talked to said, the Jordan 3 animal print, do not expect that shoe to go down on clearance or extra 20, extra 30 anytime soon. They want to keep those prices high, near retail, and to show that they got retros and not have them sell out quick or something. I mean, I don't know how that really makes sense in business. I would think you would want the sales, but that's what they're rolling with. And so I was like totally confused, especially never seeing that sign. Another thing was the Kobe's. So anything Kobe, because of his birthday, Mamba week, all of that coming up, they did not want the extra 20% off on any of that. So they could throw that in under the basketball category and get away with it. Even though they're really kind of focusing on the Kobe stuff. Wasn't a whole lot of other basketball shoes even on the back wall, except for the Kobe's or the Mamba Focus and the Kobe AD. So they're really kind of focused on that. But I believe Kukix had those same Mamba Focus, black and white, in bin. I don't remember if they were an extra 20% off, extra 30% off or not, or maybe they were just the 79 or 89 that they had them there for. So that's what's been going on with my Nike outlet. I wish I could make more videos and show something, but this is pretty rough, and it's been dry since the virus had hit, and we kind of tried to wonder, how are they going to proceed? Now, comparing Nike outlet to Ross and Burlington, all three of them had different strategies and how they were going to sell products. So Nike outlet decided to hold off. No sales. They did, I believe, they did no sale for the beginning. Then they did extra 20% off. Then they went to 30 on the back wall. Then they did 20 in bin. Then they did 30 the entire store. Then they did extra $40 off 150. So they're trying different tactics, but the tactics aren't going to work if the same shoes are there. I mean, we have the same inventory for months. 270 React, Jordan, why not? Westbrook, come on, man. The Proto Jordans, the one that has like a brain looking sole or whatever, even the Proto Jordan 270, those are now hitting Ross. And they're still at the outlets, the black and gold, the black and red, and I believe the black and orange, like shattered backboard colorway. Those three, every outlet. Kyrie 6, LeBron lows, now the Jordan 3 animal print, And some of the random Vapor Max have also been sticking around. And what are the other ones called? Like DMSX. They did Hirachis. They did some other type of shoes. Anything with that branding does not sell. It's just sitting there at the Nike outlet. So I know they're having trouble with that. Ross decided to clearance out some of the older inventory. They weren't sure on outside and outdoor sports. So if you remember, they marked down cleats, soccer cleats, baseball cleats, even some of the football cleats. They were down to golf for sure. They were down to like $6.99. So Ross marked all that stuff down. They kept some of the better things at the regular Ross prices, but they did clear out some older inventory, and they moved on, and they bounced back pretty quick. Burlington did a whole sale, whatever you want in the entire store except for like baby and like another department in the store. Everything else on sale, and they liquidated everything to where we were down to nothing for like 2 or 3 weeks. I think some of the Burlingtons still have nothing, and they're kind of like bare on men's and women's. Mine did bounce back. Not really the greatest inventory right now, but they are definitely were better off than where they were a couple of weeks back. Because I remember them after all the liquidation, you would only see like those camo Air Force Ones sitting there and nothing else. But Burlington, it looks like they're set. I'm pretty sure Burlington and Ross are ready to go for Q4. Nike Outlet, I'm not too sure, but we're going to cover Q4 for Nike Outlet after number 2, limits and rules. So how has your Nike Outlet been as far as their new virus rules that they had in play? Remember when they first opened, it was like, stand here, go to the stop sign, employee steps back, you go to the front. Now you get to place your shoes down, but you only get 5 per style, but you can get back in line. They were really crazy about these rules, and whatever you could carry was the only things you could buy. Don't leave anything on the floor. We can't leave any shoes on the front for you on hold. Nothing like that. So as far as rules go, when I went, totally different. Nobody doing social distancing. I saw shoes, people holding things kind of like on the floor, and you could pile up things. They're definitely being lenient on those rules than when they first opened, which we knew that was going to happen. But what about the limits on buying? They didn't tell me anything as far as 5 per style. They were still cool with that, but people were having problems with birthday coupon, which they did give me an issue when we first opened. They said no birthday coupon for anything. They were not going to accept it no matter what. They did not do military discount when they first opened as well. I know we had some pretty angry people about both of those for the first month, I would say. Then they were like, okay, you can use the birthday coupon, but they didn't let people use it on the 30% off entire store weekend sale. So you couldn't combine the two. So again, it's like, when can we use that? And if we do use it, we want to use it on good merchandise and not just stuff that's been sitting around. So this weekend when I went, birthday coupon was fine. You could use it. But I don't know if it was going to be on Jordan or basketball stuff. They wanted to talk to one of the managers, and then I was like, come on, like, was never like this before, but now we're going through it. So I know some people had some problems with the limits and the rules on that. And same thing with the coupons, 20% off, 30% off. They did do a 15% off for new users. When you first download the app, you get an extra 15% off. You cannot combine that with the birthday coupon because you'd have to get 2 separate accounts. You also could not combine that with the 30% off weekend. So they didn't run them at the same time. They know exactly what they're doing. $40 off of $150. I believe Hustlebee ran the numbers and it was like 29% off or something. So it's somewhat equivalent if you were using like 20% off with one of the other coupons that they had, instead of doing 20% off plus another 20% off, which they've done before, but not anymore. So don't know what's going on. We did talk about the shoes, though, the most common shoes that were out there. What is your thought on the Jordan 3 animal print and maybe some of the other retros that are out there? My outlet, like I talked about before, it sucks. I showed you the Tinker, Jordan 4, Jordan 3 animal print. Those are the only 3 Jordan retros we do have. Now, if you look on IG, some people did hit some great finds. Jordan 1s that were down on clearance, like UNC to Chicago. Those went to some of the Nike outlets. Some of the LeBron 16s even got marked down. I believe they were like an extra, are they like 119 plus 20 or plus 30, or maybe they were 99 plus 20. But since that one's an older model, some of the prices are still pretty high on GOAT and StockX. That's not the case for mine. So maybe just my outlet kind of sucks, and maybe yours is a little bit better. Or maybe going through Noah to Flip It, he hit some pretty bad Nike outlets that look very, very similar to what I have in at my store. All right, so the last things I wanted to cover, any return for Nike Friends and Family or MVP Pass? I've been getting these questions, and I wish I had an answer for you, but I have no clue. Now, Nike Friends and Family sale, that one, I doubt it they'll move forward with that for the rest of the year. And the reason why I say is because crowding up the stores, having so many people in line, and I don't even believe they were doing a head count anymore on how many people were in the store. In the very beginning, they only had 10 or 13 people max. Yeah, they're letting more people in, but I don't see them having it return to full-blown Friends and Family yet. Maybe they will sometime, 2021, or will they do it for Black Friday? Black Friday, remember that sale, 40% off sometimes throughout the entire store, but they raise up the prices, 30% off the entire store, sometimes the day before that, or it runs through the whole weekend. But again, the prices, they're jacked up. They're not going to give you the best deals possible and have like these retro Jordans. They're at $220. They would leave it at $220, and this is like your one shot to get the extra 20, 30, 40% off, whatever they decide to run. But you're not going to see them do, $220, mark down to $189, and then an extra 40 or something like that. They know exactly what they're up to, so I don't see them doing that. MVP Pass, I would say, is very similar to what they're running right now, which is the $40 off the $150. It's probably the closest we're going to get. But the same thing, those two, Friends and Family, MVP, I don't see them running for the entire year, which sucks. But we kind of knew things were going to change, especially when the virus hit and the way they were going to reopen. And the employee that I talked to, he said, a lot of this has nothing to do with bulk buyers or anything like that. It has to do with what's going on right now, and it has to do with the virus. They didn't have this type of game plan going into the year and have this idea of hey, we want to shut down bulk buyers with not be able to use certain coupons, certain discounts. It's not what they were thinking. And this because we've seen the same inventory over and over again. And if it really bothered them, then we wouldn't be seeing the sign, 20% off, excluding basketball and Jordan. Not even looking from a reseller perspective, just a regular guy looking for Jordans for himself can't even save 20% off, much less bulk buyers. So what does that tell you? They want to try to hold certain inventory, and it just kind of blows my mind, because you also know that Nike did lose, I forgot how many millions when all of this hit. They did make money on the online sales. I think that's where they did the best, but with stores closed, massive hit. So I figured once they reopened, they were going to run more sales, more discounts, especially for 270 React and some of the cheaper stuff, just to get it out of there. And they didn't, and they're still not. The same items are still out there. And one of the employees told me that Who was he helping? He was helping a customer, not a bulk buyer, nothing like that, just a regular customer. And the customer asked him, like, when are you guys going to get any new items? I've seen these same items over and over again for the last 2 months. And the guy told me the same answer that he told him, which was they're trying to get rid of this older inventory. And when they do, we shall see better shoes, better items, better clothing come back to the Nike outlet. But until then, we're going to be stuck with the same stuff, the same 270 React, the same Westbrook, why not, the same Proto Jordans, and whatever else is out there. LeBron lows and Kyrie fly traps over and over again. My prediction for Black Friday, though, I do believe they'll run some sort of sale. Every Nike outlet is kind of different, though, depending on the manager. We will have the nationwide sale, but I don't know how they're going to run the rules. And even the Simon outlets, the other outlets, are owned by different groups, and some of them have different rules when it comes to, what kind of traffic they can allow right now with the virus and what's going on. You would think that it's kind of far away, but it's not that far away. We're going in September already. Last 4 months, it's gonna get wild, and of course, people are going to shop more online. So try to get everything you can in store to sell online. But I still predict that it will be packed, but nowhere near like years before. Even last year, Black Friday was already kind of dwindling down to its last legs, where people were just not feeling it anymore. That hype just wasn't there. Walmart, Target, and some of the big stores, Best Buy, the hype just wasn't really there. And a lot of them starting earlier, days before, online sales before. So I really doubt it'll be super crazy in there. But I also don't think the sales are going to be that great, for us to go wild for. So I would say for, my advice going forward for Nike Outlet, stay patient on them and just follow the trends. Do not ignore Nike Outlet completely, because you never know when some of those, steals will come up. Maybe some random Jordan 1, pops in and you're there right on time. You can scoop up whatever you can. Or maybe some other high-end shoe will find its way in there. Only one parked right nice in there, and you can go through the sizes. But ignoring it completely, you may lose out on something. Double check and keep making the trips out there. Take photos, record, do your own type of thing to where you can keep track of, oh yeah, I remember this shoe. I remember it started off at $119, then it went down to $99. And maybe if I get an extra 20% off, it'd be down to this. And be smart about it, to where if it was $119 extra 20 one week, and then the next week it's $119 no discount, but then the following week is $99 extra 20. Keep track of all those trends to see we can get the best deal possible and the best prices possible, because they'll try to mark up prices and then give you the extra discount. And then make it seem like it was a better discount than before. It's not really true. So keep track of these things, take photos, and watch Note to Flip It, Cool Kicks, and Ballin' on a Budget, and this channel as well. And hopefully I can get to some other Nike outlets to show something, rather than just the one crappy Nike outlet I do have. But leave me a comment below on your Nike outlet. Have you been killing it out there? Like I said, not every outlet is the same, but I have been seeing the same merchandise over and over again. Are you still sourcing there? Have you moved on? Maybe you're focusing more on the Adidas outlet. Maybe you're focusing more on Ross, Burlington, Marshalls. Leave me a comment below and keep me posted on what you find. Remember, you can tag me in all of your finds. Marshalls, Ross, Burlington, TJ Maxx, even DD's Discounts getting into the mix. Tag me on everything. We're doing our last week for Hustler Hogs this Wednesday, giving away some Jordan 12s. Unless you want Flints, you can take the Flints. Unless you want Fire Red 5s, you can take the Fire Red 5s. You let me know what you want. if you are chosen to be our Hustler Hog for the month of August. So, all right, hopefully you enjoyed this video slash audio, and I want to see as many comments as possible with your input on the Nike outlet, what you believe is going on, if it's good for you, maybe it's bad for you. I have no clue, but let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. All right, thanks guys. Go out and get it.